listening to Kane and Randy on Scratch the Vinyl.
Scratch the vinyl.
All right, everybody. This is a special bonus episode just for you guys. I hope you guys are pumped about this because we are. This is a guy we're going to have on today. I'm super excited about because I've been talking to this guy. It feels like quite a while now. I feel like we've kind of grown a strange pen pal type friendship as musicians. And he's really not that far away. He's a Midwesterner. He's in a stone's throw away from us in my motherland of Des Moines area. And I can't think of a better guy and an ambassador to what we're talking about. So we're going to bring him on shortly. But before we do that, I'm going to bring on my guy. I'm talking about my brother from another mother. He's the chill man. He is one of my favorite people in all the land, Randy Wilson. Randy, Mr. Chill Wilson, how are you doing?
How you doing, Kane? I always love your intros. Always gives me that big boost. Of course, we're best friends. What the heck? We've been doing this now for quite a while.
We've been at it, man. You know, you and I, we have been hitting it hard. You've been doing karaoke and entertainment, bar owning, doing everything for so many years. But like our tie to each other is just so, I think it's just so fantastic. The fact that we got to work with each other in that capacity. I mean, we've built such a great friendship, man. I really do consider you my brother.
Well, you're stuck with me now, man.
Be careful what you wish for, my friend. You know, most women in my life, except for my current wife now, wish that hadn't happened.
Well, you have a wonderful wife, and I think she doesn't mind sharing you off into the man cave every once in a while, just so she doesn't have to listen to you jabber about new music and what albums you want to go buy at the store. And she's go talk to Randy. He's got you.
Uncle Randy, well, he's got you when it comes to this music, man. Well, let's talk about these temperatures for a second. I mean, we are all Midwesterners here, strong Midwesterners on this particular show. And man, these temperatures, I mean, Randy and I are solid shorts guys. I mean, we are guys through and through. We wear shorts no matter what. But it's basically pants weather, at least for the last day or so, right? It's been pretty nasty.
Well, I was told there were some bets made to see if I would show up in pants at work yesterday. So, and I did. So somebody lost the bet.
Well, we're doing this recording, and I think, I think you just said as you looked at it that we're up to like 1 degree right now. I mean, a couple more degrees, and it's t-shirts and shorts, flip flops, and let's go.
Right. I'm the guy that loves it at like 55 degrees is like heaven for me.
It's so crazy. Well, let's talk to the other Midwesterner on the show right now because we got to get he's over there in Des Moines and we got to ask him. So let's bring him on right now. He was on our benefit for spina bifida. He drove here from Des Moines to be a part of that. And he's in The Dead Don't Die. He plays as Luke S. Williams. He is honestly the Midwest's new James Brown. I mean, this guy, if you pay attention to him, this guy's doing literally everything. He reminds me of a young Randy. So let's bring him on right now. We have Luke S. Williams. Luke, how the heck are you doing?
Freezing, but other than that, I'm doing good. We got a whopping 3 degrees when I last looked, so...
It's so crazy. I mean, are you a shorts in the winter guy or what are you? I hate the winter, but I'm too dumb to wear pants most times.
And if I'm at home, I might be around in my gym shorts. When I go out, it's usually blue jeans. So, or almost if I'm playing The Dead Don't Die, it's got to be something black. But yeah, usually jeans of some sort.
Man, you have since the last time you were on my show, when I did the Kane Stevens Super Show. I mean, you have done so much. I mean, you've released a boatload of music. You've, you started the punk band, which I absolutely love. Like, for those of you guys who are able to, I'll just describe it to you now. If you're just listening, is the logo that he has for The Dead Don't Die is unbelievable. Like, I don't know how you don't sell out of these shirts nonstop. Like, I definitely want one. but it's unreal. I mean, it's got like the zombie looking dude, he's got his hands, his face, got his mouth open, like a skull type deal. And it is fantastic. So I got to ask you right off the bat. I mean, with all this stuff going on, what possessed you to start this cult like band?
So it's kind of the reverse. So this was a second reiteration, kind of the phoenix out of the ashes of an old band I had long before I started playing the folk and acoustic music with as Lucas Williams. Um, this band was called the Miscarriages years ago because I wanted to do horror punk. At the time I was really deep in the trenches of heavy metal. Oh, it has to be the heavy screaming and get some groove behind it. And um, I met our bassist Nasty Nate with the Miscarriages. He's like, man, we should jam. He wasn't really into metal, more punk rock, and so I thought, well, if I'm going to play punk, it's got to be horror punk because I love horror movies and I love the macabre, right? So that became the Miscarriages. Out of the Miscarriages, when that fell apart, I started doing the solo thing with the Luke S. Williams, and it just felt like it was right. And it was time to get back on stage with a punk band, and play some really high energy shows and get a little theatrical and get back into that. So I didn't want to reuse the same name of the Miscarriages. I kind of wanted to rebrand it. Dead Don't Die.
Well, I mean, it's Halloween all the time. Like I love the idea. I actually wish that I could have robbed the idea from you, and I wish I had done this years ago because I too love horror so much, and the horror and punk and metal and everything, and rock in general it's entwined. It's perfect. So, I mean, it makes so much sense right now. But I mean, you've released some really great stuff. I mean, this is stuff that I used to like buy back in the days. It's just your straight hammer and punk, right straight forward. So like how have the releases been going for you? And do you have anything big coming up with it?
So far, the release has been okay. We've been building a following, just grinding it out fan by fan. Also building the friends and the supporters on the business side. A lot of love and support from I'm gonna name drop from Candy, from Dan, from Zach with Cranial Press. A lot of love for that guy. So it's been great just building it up. As far as big releases, we are doing a co-release. I'm not allowed to say full details yet. Go check us out, Dead Don't Die, on social media. But we are doing a co-release with a certain punk band out of Texas, and we will be going on a Midwest tour with them. So we'll be coming to a city near you and near a lot of your listeners.
Well, that's pretty exciting. I feel like we almost had an exclusive here on Scratch the Vinyl.
So close. So close.
Well, Luke, first of all, I want to thank you. It's great to see you again. The last time you came to town, you were so generous of your time to come and help us do a benefit show here in Lincoln, and that went over so well, and you were so well received, and just you taking the time out and being a part of that. I again just want to thank you for doing that for us.
My pleasure.
And so I'm glad to see that things are going very well for you. Obviously, getting ready to go out on tour. And are you doing any other live stuff like right now before you head out?
Yeah. So, well, tonight I'm doing a benefit show for was it YSS? I believe they said youth. There's a comedy troupe that reached out to me and asked me to go jump on that. So after this, later this evening, I'll be playing that in Ankeny, Iowa. I've got a slew of Luke S. Williams shows coming up. Playing Iowa City. I'm playing a bunch of bar shows, so definitely best to follow me on social to track those shows. For Dead Don't Die, our next big show we have announced is April 11th at Locals Bar and Stage. We'll be playing with our friends in Fivefold. They're out of St. Louis. Just a great, heavy, hard rock band. And our fellow Des Moines people, Sorted, will be on that bill as well. So we do have some stuff before the tour in June. Really excited. I'm really excited for it. Just love being on stage, So anytime I get a chance to to play, I'm happy.
I have talked to people about the scenes, right? And for the Nebraska listeners, uh, there's a big comparison to the Des Moines scene with the Lincoln scene, and not that Omaha has a great scene, but Omaha kind of has a scene of its own. But I don't know if it's the capital city thing. I don't know what it is, but the comparisons are there, and I know that you're pretty heavily entwined in it. So let me ask you this: what's the scene like for you in Des Moines? I mean, you played in Lincoln a little bit, and so I don't know if you could speak much to like our scene here, but I do want to know for the people out there, like, what's the Des Moines scene like to you? Is it thriving? What's going on?
As far as the people go, I love working with people. I have built up a great group of bands and promoters and managers and bar owners that I speak to regularly and work with regularly. I mean, Jared Harp with More Cheese, Americature, Lamp is great. Some of his bands, he does some promotion work. I know, because it's Sorted, love those guys. Air of Sorrow, Gravasomnia. The people in the scene are fantastic. The bands that I work with, we did just lose Lefty's live music. Eric and Ann were amazing. And I've dealt with other venues before, but Lefty's was great. Like, they genuinely cared about the bands. There'd be times where they would hand us the whole door. You know what I mean? There was, like, for those of you who don't know, a door split. Usually the bands will get paid part of the door, and the venue recoups its cost through the other portion of the door. Well, a lot of time Eric would just have them hand me the full door amount. So those guys, I can't speak well enough of Lefties and Eric and Ann. Thank them so much for all they've done. It's definitely a lot colder than intended with the weather without them. So I'm just rebuilding connections to other venues here in Des Moines. We do have a few other spots, but the hole that Lefties left with it closing, that hurt. But we'll overcome. We always do. We'll prevail. Just keep plugging away.
So we've been talking to a lot of kind of younger up and coming bands lately, and the common theme I've been hearing lately is that how open the scene is. Like, everybody has really been rallying around each other, trying to really build the scene back up. Do you getting that kind of vibe too?
I mean, again, the people are great. So to some extent, yes. I think we're all just still kind of shocked and still trying to find our way. So Lefties was like the best indie venue for a lot of the up and coming bands, the younger bands, even tenured bands. So we're all just kind of trying to find a lot of us have been working with Locals Bar and Stage, and they've been great. We have XBK. So I think right now, once the dust kind of more settles, so to speak, and we're all kind of more comfortable with the way things are now, yeah, I definitely see that happening. But people are great, so, and we will overcome, and get into the new habit of things. So yeah, it's starting to happen, and I see it ramping up more in the next few months.
Is the scene anything like it used to be with us with metal? I mean, it was popping, let's be honest, when Slipknot hit, right? And all these bands were going on. I mean, do you remember that hitting and what it was like? Because I can remember, like, I was pretty young still, but I was old enough to really be into metal. And I remember when Slipknot popped off for Iowa, it was like the craziest thing we'd ever seen. Like, I know we've touched on this before when we had Taylor on the show, but I want to ask you, because you're down there in the thick of it. I mean, what was the metal scene like at that time, and what's it like now?
So I was younger when Slipknot took off, but I definitely remember the local bands and the riding of the waves, and that reverberated through the years. For years the metal scene was pretty solid, and we still got a good metal underground scene here. I still see it when I go to a metal show, especially a local metal show. It's there. I want to say it's as strong as it was, but just looking at turnouts, and I mean, I think we are in a lower dip of it for us right now. I mean, the Lefties last two shows, the Lefties were packed. Those were all underground bands. But that also had to do, I do think that had to do a lot with Lefties closing. So we're solid. We're supporting each other. Have a lot of love and support from all the bands and the hardcore fans here. But I don't think it's quite as it was in the heyday.
Let's take a rewind for a second. I mean, I want to maximize our time here to get to know you. And this is something I didn't get to do on my show. Is let's really dive into like young Luke. Why did you get into music? What does music mean to you? All of that stuff. We want to know how you got into it and what were you like, what was your influence into why you're doing what you're doing now?
It's a fantastic question. I think as a little kid, like most kids, when you're trying to figure out life, you're learning. You know what I mean? You're a little child and stuff. Just stumbling through, trying to figure out who you are and what this crazy world's about. Um, in the midst of all that chaos, and I found music. Uh, my parents used to make us practice piano at least 10 minutes a day. Um, and at first, being a child, being a kid is like, man, this sucks. This is lame. But I found out I was good at it. And when I found out I was good at it, it was kind of like, oh, okay, so I do enjoy this. Um, kind of spiraled out of control from there. It's like, okay, piano. And after I have piano, I always wanted to play the drums. That was not surprising, I don't think. A young boy like wanting to hit things and make noise. So that was always there. Found the guitar, started writing songs, like actually putting effort into writing the songs. So it was just kind of a whirlwind of just self discovery.
I mean, would you say that it's been good in getting you through everything? Like I share with people like my depression and all the stuff and if it wasn't for music and me discovering like and being so obsessed with music, I would have never got through it. And I know that Randy has shared also, what music has got him through everything. And now the fun of like writing songs and all of that has kind of got us through. But I mean, is that what it is for you? Like what is music to you? Is it an obsession? Uh, I really want to know because I think that this is where the thick of it is when we talk to anybody is what is music to you?
Obsession, love, hate, some days. No, I totally agree. I played a mental health benefit down in St. Joe, Missouri, when they asked me to do some speaking more than playing. And when I did, I shared the story about 2 a.m. One night I was really down, thought about ending it. Uh, the one thought that saved me was I want to see where this music thing goes. I want to keep putting out music. So I totally agree. On the worst days, having any purpose really, any goal and passion is going to save you. Uh, but especially, I think more so for music because music's one of those magical things. It's one of the few real magics I think we have in the world. Perfect blend of logic and art, right and left brain, and I am madly in love with music.
So what's kind of your process then for writing songs? Kind of what do you get an epiphany, or do you feel like something's just got to come out? What happens?
Process, what's that? No, it really depends. So, I mean, for the Luke S. Williams project and a lot of the folk songs and folk punk songs, it really is just about life. And, um, some of the songs I wrote, like Keep Dreaming, that was an angry song. I saw a lot of my friends and family members who, when younger, had so many dreams and hopes, and they just life knocked them down, right? And they kind of had realization, oh, this will be harder than I thought. Trying to live life on the side, right? So that was an angry song about that. When I was somebody, it was just a phrase. I was talking to my friend Jake Beatty, who also does music thing, and uh, he was talking. He used to go on tour, and I was like, "That's cool, man." He's like, "Yeah, back when I was somebody." So that inspired the title track of that EP. So it really could be like an epiphany. It could be just emotion. For the Dead Don't Die, it's pretty much horror movies and anything macabre. Like one of our songs, I remember I thought, what would make Glenn Danzig and the Misfits proud? That's the subject matter. So it really depends on the song and the project, but it's kind of a mix of everything, really.
I could literally just picture you like, all right, what are we going to write about today? And you put on some, horror flick or Friday the 13th, and You literally create your own soundtrack to a movie or something.
Not too far off.
Well, some writers out there, like I can describe it as when I'm writing, it's almost like a muse is like talking in my ear. And sometimes the song writes itself within like a matter of I would say a couple minutes. And sometimes I'll sit on a song and I'll work on it for too long, like 15 years or something, and I still can't finish it. So I mean, what do you think on that? I mean, not to get too woo woo or anything, but the universe is a crazy place. Why do you think it comes to you like it does? Because all musicians who are writers talk about this strange thing where it just pops in their head.
I think we're just wired differently, songwriters. Because then we could, like I said, I might hear a phrase, like an anecdote earlier, and I might say, that's a song title right there. Or that's a song line that just lends itself well to it. I might see a movie like Spider Baby. We have a song about the 67 cult classic Spider Baby. And I might say, you know what, Spider Baby, that lends itself to a nice bouncy cadence. I like the movie. We're going to song about it. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Never thought I'd be doing this or playing music or writing music, but the first song I wrote, I was like 6 years old, listening to too much classic country and Brooks and George Strait, and wrote a one stanza country song. It's wild. It's hard telling where it really comes from or how it happens, but
We all get stuck writing a country song.
it happens inevitably.
See, Kane at least has that voice. So I always picture when Kane's writing a song, I always picture a country song coming out, and then it sounds like Limp Bizkit. And I'm like, where did that come from?
Well, that's where my true heart is. I mean, like the old country and stuff. When I listen to that, man, it like Merle Haggard and Johnny Paycheck and stuff, it just hits me right in the soul.
You can't go wrong with the classics. Johnny Cash, man. I love Johnny Cash.
I was just going to say Johnny Cash.
I know I almost forget about Johnny, like because he's so I know, how can you forget him? But it's like I never mentioned I always mention Johnny Paycheck and all the other Johnnies, but the only Johnny is Johnny Cash, right?
Is the man in black.
Man, so well, have you ever played in a country band before, Luke? I mean, your folksy type stuff is kind of on the vest of country, but have you ever full blown gone into it?
I mean, at my bar shows, that when you're playing 3 or 4 hours, you got to play some covers. I do breakouts with George Strait and Toby Keith. It's stuff that people like, Don't tell the punk rockers they'll take away my card or something, I'm sure. I let you guys down. Sorry. But yeah, play a lot of Johnny Cash at my bar shows, and even the nursing home shows I play, because I go out to some of the nursing homes around here and play for them, and because they need music too. Um, and they love Johnny Cash. They love Johnny Cash, love Elvis. So I learned an Elvis song just for them. So yeah, the country definitely comes out more in the bar shows.
Out in the wild, there's one creature feared by hunters, admired by lumberjacks, and envied by hipsters.
Yeah, it's me, the elegant Sasquatch, and let me tell you, these locks don't tame themselves.
Introducing the Elegant Sasquatch Grooming Company. Beard oils, butters, and washes so good, they'll make your face smell like you wrestled a cedar tree while sipping fine whiskey.
Last week, a hiker followed me for 3 miles just to ask what cologne I was wearing. Joke's on him. I don't wear cologne. I wear the gentleman.
Upgrade your beard game. Sophisticate your outer beast. Find the Elegant Sasquatch Grooming Company at elegantsasquatchco.etsy.com.
And stop stealing my jerky!
Look, I want to point out again, I feel like you give back a lot to the community. And that's just awesome. Like, I know people, always want to play and get out there, but I think you always go a little extra mile for a lot of people when it comes to trying to just share your music.
Well, I appreciate that, Randy. I just believe, everyone's looking for a purpose. I think our purpose is to help each other and share what gifts we got. Um, so
I mean, that's kind of why we do the show too, is like we've had all these experiences with music and artists and promotion. And honestly, it's almost just kind of like a passion project in general anyways. And we just kind of want to share that. And, you know, that was, of course, that was my first introduction to you, of course, was, helping somebody out. But I noticed that you go out of your way to help a lot of people. And I think that's very commendable. And I, if nobody ever thanks you enough, I think it's worth noting that you give a lot to what you're, sharing what you're doing with your music.
I appreciate that. It's nice to hear. I don't know. I have a friend who always says I'm just a guy, and just a guy, and I think we're all just guys and gals, and try to do our part in what we can.
I mean, that's a fantastic point, though, Randy. It's like there are people in our town who don't even want to do a benefit. They think, well, oh, we're not getting paid. Like what? I mean, I want to tell you guys. I mean, think about this for a second. Luke drove here for our benefit in Lincoln from Des Moines with no promise of anything. No promise of gas money, no promise. And he did it just for the sake of having a big heart, which is why I love talking to Luke because a little background, little secret time, everybody, as Bert Kreischer says,
Secret.
yeah, is we literally are kind of like musical pen pals. Luke will share music with me and he'll be like, hey man, will you listen to this and tell me what you think and I got to tell you, I absolutely love that. I love the fact that you would even share that with me because I get terrified to share a lot of my stuff to people because I don't know, I'm too soft inside or I don't want to be crushed when they tell me, "Oh, this sucks." Right? But I absolutely love it with you and I do because you just are. You're one Randy's right. You're one of the nice guys. And speaking of the nice guys, let's talk about something that you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing Punk for Pause, which is going to be coming up. Tell us a little bit more about that and what it's all about.
Yeah, Funk for Pause, August 8th at the Talk Shop Lounge in St. Charles, Iowa. Gonna start the music. The doors are gonna be at 2 p.m. Music at 2:30. A lot of vendors, a lot of amazing bands who are also donating their time. Um, that's what I love about music too, in the music scene. Like I said, the people are great here, and even not from here. We got a lot of great rock bands coming through. We got from Des Moines, of course, Dead Don't Die is going to be playing. I had to put one of my projects on there. We got More Cheese, Banjo Cat, Cameron McAllister, Seth for the Birds. We have Danny Russell Wolf, Stormy Rose, trying to get one off the top of my head. This is why I have a list, friends. My memory's not that great. From your guys' neck of the woods, and someone else with a big heart, we got River City Rejects coming from Nebraska. They're driving all the way to, they're not getting paid. They came out, they heard, hey, you're looking for bands, and we're going to be benefiting the Animal Rescue League of Iowa, try to help some of the cats and dogs out and whatever. I mean, they help a lot of animals out. So cats, dogs, feathered, hoofed, whatever. But yeah, River City Rejects, they said, yeah, we're down to play it. The Mighty Grave Corps will be one of our headliners. Love those people. And they don't live in Des Moines, but they're going to be coming too. And same deal, they said, hey, this is a benefit. We're down to help. So it restored my faith in humanity a little bit working on this festival and just seeing the outpour of support from the bands and these amazing musicians who are like, yeah, we'll donate our time. We're going to help the animals. So it's going to be a good time. We got a lot of cool vendors who will be there too. Talk Shop Lounge is a great menu. Other than their menu, my friend Jason with Give You a Belly Barbecue will have a table set up selling some barbecue. So you have a good spread. If you leave this festival hungry, that's on you. Okay.
What do you love
Yeah.
about pets, man? I mean, I mean, what is not to love? Like, I mean, my dogs are the greatest gift that I tell people this all the time. The best things that I ever bought in my life are my 2 dogs that I have currently right now. Like, what do you have for pets, and why do you love them so much?
So right now, currently I have 2 all black cats, Onyx and Abe. Onyx is my old lady. She's getting up there. Had her teeth pulled, poor thing. Uh, but she's still spry. God bless her. She's still running around, giving me grief, trying to trip me up as I'm walking. I think I love the most thing about my cats, and I think it's true of a lot of pets, is the love they have for you. And I know people talk a lot of smack about cats, but it makes me question who you are because my cats are great. They love me. They'll come rubbing up on me or cuddle up with me and whatever. So I don't know. But no, I just love the fact that they love back too, and they show you the affection too. Um, they really don't care who you are or what you've done in the past. They just know, hey, this is my person. I'm chilling with them. This person takes care of me. So, and my cats are great. They're goofballs and idiots, but I love them.
I had a cat for 20 years, and that cat never left my side. If I was home, that cat never left my side.
I love the quote, be the person your pet or your dog in particular thinks that you are, right? Like like I can't think of a better quote. Like be because your animals love you, right? Like you've had this cat for all those years, Randy. It's probably one of your most fondest memories, right?
Well, I used to think it was just because I fed her. She couldn't live without me, but uh, pretty much I'd wake up every day and she was right there. And not just because I probably kept her warm either, but pets are just very loyal. So I always love benefits that help animals. I'm kind of one of those people too, Luke.
I think Hooked used to. I think Chris and them used to do a big benefit of some type. And I feel bad speaking out of turn on like not knowing exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure Chris Dittmer and those guys used to always do a benefit for animals here. So shout out to all the real ones that are trying to help those animals out there because hey, they can't help themselves all the time. So we gotta help these guys out.
Preach. Yes. You can't agree more.
So you mentioned horror movies. I know Randy's not a big horror movie guy. I've had this conversation, but I am a ghoul through and through, Luke, just like you. I mean, my favorite. I mean, I've got the, I've got Jason Voorhees tattooed on my arm. I plan to get yeah, it's ingrained in me, and it's been a big part of my life. So, I mean, just for the fun of it, let's talk about it. I mean, what are your go tos when you're sitting down and writing a Dead Don't Die song? What are your favorite horror movies?
Oh, that is a great question. My favorites, I might not always use them for inspiration, but my favorites, I'm all over the place. I love the OG Frankenstein. Nothing like the book though, but other than that, it was great. I love Event Horizon. Pumpkinhead has got to be one I can put on again and again. And so the lines in that movie hit so hard. Like there are some hard lines in that movie where it's like, okay, um, man, I love Terrifier. The Terrifier franchise has been fun. But then I believe it's Chilean or Argentinian film Terrified is a brilliant film just because it keeps you out without a lot of gore or jump scares. So bravo. Um, yeah, as far as inspiration for Dead Don't Die goes, I kind of think I can think about the ones I've watched. So I'm always adding more to it. It helps that I love horror movies. I mean, it's one of those is this work or play type deals. But it's usually just kind of drawing from memories of horror movies I've seen, writing about those. For a while there, we had a song about Art the Clown. It was a Terrifier too. I was like, man, that bedroom scene was great. It was brutal, and we wrote a song around this. And uh, I usually just put one on or try to think of some of my favorite scenes from a horror movie and channel that to help write these things. Our song "Baby Go to Heaven" was definitely draws a lot from the film Grotesque. Doctor kidnaps people, cuts them up in his basement or dungeon or whatever. So yeah, a lot of it's just picking some of the best scenes or best kills or what have you.
This is like Halloween every day for you, Kane.
This is right up your alley, isn't it, Randy? I mean, you love all this gore and everything, don't you?
I'm one of those people like I'd say I hate it, but if I start watching, I can't look away. So I'm only going to take from this is that Luke comes up with some awesome songs that I could listen to while watching these shows.
Exactly.
Well, what's your inspiration for Let's Start a Cult? I mean, that's it. That is my when you hit with that one blew my mind, man. I mean, I love all the stuff you're doing, but that song in particular, I don't know why. Every time I put it, it instantly makes me smile and makes me laugh. So give us the inspiration on that one.
It's definitely our rallying anthem. My friend, shout out to Candy again. She told me, like, man, when you hear that intro, she's like, I didn't think it doesn't, like, I know it's you, but it sounds like Jim Jones. And I'm like, oh, okay. No, that was actually one of those phrase songs. I don't remember if I was saying it or who was saying it or what the details of the conversation were, but it was, hey, let's start a cult. And it was one of those like light bulb moments of like, hey, wait a minute, that's a great song title. Hey, wait a minute, we're a horror punk band. We can sing about this stuff. So that's really what it came from. Was just like, let's start a cult. Okay. I sat down, like, need some horror punk grooves and chord progressions, and turned it out.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Exactly. We got Kool-Aid friends. Come to it. No, we don't. We should start putting Kool-Aid at our shows.
That would be a great concert shirt right there.
Having our Death Face Steve.
Yep.
Yeah, that song it does it for me, man. I could see that song being like in any movie. You know what I mean? Like especially like the credits hit and bam, Let's Start a Cult comes on. Like I feel like that song is destined, and all of them are, but that song in particular, I feel like that one's destined for real greatness. Like that one is going to be on some movie someday.
You can only hope. Hey, Eli Roth or who's that? Who else do I love? Damian Leone. Get at me.
No, it's perfect, man. It's I just you're doing great things. I mean, that's the thing is I'm so glad that we got to have you on the show here because this has been a long time in the making. You and I have been going back and forth about, man, we should have you on the show. And I know that our former schedule was kind of not as prohibitive to people in terms of or really it was prohibitive, I should say, for getting people on. But it's great to have you on today. I know that our time is kind of like every good thing, Randy always says it goes by so fast, doesn't it, Randy? But this one's getting closer to the end.
It does, but it's always good to sit down and talk about horror music and but Luke covers it all. So like it was just great to get you back on. And of course now we'll have to bring you back once we find out about this new tour you got coming up. So I don't know if we got all your socials, but if you want to give a shout out where everybody can find you and check out all your music, let them have it.
Appreciate it, Randy. Yeah. So both Luke S. Williams and Dead Don't Die, Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube for music. We got Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, pretty much all the major streaming platforms wherever you listen to music. We've got a few music videos out on YouTube for both Dead Don't Die and Luke S. Williams. Other plug, Punk for Pause, August 8th, St. Charles, Iowa, Talk Shop Lounge. A lot of amazing bands. We haven't even announced the second headliner yet. Going to be doing that later today on the socials. Good cause, like I said, helping all the animals out, get some good music. It's going to be a great time. The tour, as far as the tour goes, will be starting that mid-June. Keep your eyes out. We'll be working with some amazing bands. We announced the first stop already. It'll be in Omaha. So for those of you in Nebraska, we'll be June 6th or 7th, June 7th, I want to say the Sunday. And we will be playing River City Rejects. So River City Rejects, DM5, Dead Don't Die, Blanket of M. So, I mean, I pretty much gave away 4 in that one. Shoot.
Uh-oh. I was just going to say, well, you'll have to let us know if you're going to be in our area so we could come and check it out. Well, now we know. Early June, Kane, Omaha.
That's right. Now we know. What do you know? What venue that is?
I can certainly look it up. I believe it was the Sydney.
I've been wanting to do. I'm friends with the guy who owns Malvern Manor in Malvern, Iowa, Josh Hurd, and I do paranormal investigation stuff. I would love to get kind of like a joint Iowa, Nebraska thing going on there where people perform because they have a stage in this area, like right next to the manor, like literally like right down the block. I think it'd be cool to do something out there. So if I ever put something together like I want to for Scratch the Vinyl and all that, for the sake of those ghosts, of course, I think that you are definitely the top of my list, my friend.
Heck yes. It is June 7th, 8 p.m. at the Sydney. Yep, at the Sydney in Omaha.
Awesome, man. Well, there you have it. I mean, all you Scratch the Vinyl fans out there, you guys are going to get your chance to go meet Luke and listen to these songs that we're talking about and go hang out with them. So you guys should go there and really show out and try to be there. I mean, I would if it works out, I would love to make it up there. It's sometimes it is hard to get to Omaha, even though it's not that far from Lincolnites. But I invite all you guys who have money and and all of that.
Free time.
Yeah.
Free time.
I mean, in closing, Luke, I know we're getting we're winding up here. I just want to express to you how much you mean to us, and I know how much you're going to mean to our listeners. Once again, you showed up for us. For our benefit, and it's been a blast having a friendship with you and being able to share music and talk to you about all this stuff. It really is a pleasure having you on the show.
It's really a pleasure to be here. I really want to thank you and Randy, and you guys are awesome. I mean, the fact that you guys got to give yourselves credit too. The fact that you put on a benefit like that and reached out, wrangled all the musicians, because I work with musicians all the time. We know how we are, how we musicians are. So kudos to you guys, definitely, for taking the initiative and doing that too.
Well, I appreciate that because we do like to give back. We like to give back wherever we can, and I think that obviously that's how we vibe back to you. And we, again, I can't thank you enough for taking your time out to hang out with us today and talk a little music and what you've done for us in the past. So have a great year, my man. And I can't wait maybe to see you here this summer.
Excellent. You guys too.
Well, there you have it, Scratchaholics and Scratchamania out there running so wild. You guys have been the best, and we enjoy it so much talking to guests like this. Keep scratching, everybody. Keep listening, and by God, crack open that vinyl and scratch it to death until you can't listen to it anymore. Thank you guys for listening, and tune in, everybody, every week, and catch us on the flip side here on
Scratch the Vinyl. Scratch the Vinyl.